Welcome to Ideas to Inspire Ideas, episode 34. And I'm hoping you've watched the previous 33 episodes because I'm going to be referencing all of them. Okay, not really, but that kind of idea is actually what today's project is all about. The obsession of continuity in franchises, which is pretty popular these days.
Versions of them exist across our mythologies.
Turns out the myths are real.
Like Thor. Thor was a myth, and now I study him in my physics class.
My idea is a video game that starts kind of in the middle or near the end of a franchise, to be honest. This sprawling franchise that doesn't actually exist. Gameplay-wise, it's like jumping into the Devil's Playhouse without playing any of the previous Sam and Max games. But, you know, who'd be dumb enough to do that? Keeping the point-and-click adventure style, it's having most of the puzzles and actions referring to characters and events from previous adventures, despite the adventures never existing, so all the required information will have to be presented in-game somehow. Whether you catch an episode of yourself on TV or go to the library and read some books. But, you know, gamers aren't into reading, so you'll have to integrate it a bit better than that. Other genres you could do is
laser grids. I know. They never learn.
I don't know, Call of Duty has been going on long enough, But this whole idea isn't supposed to be, lol, continuity obsession is stupid, haha. Like, I'm recording this 2 days after seeing No Way Home. I know I'm part of the problem. This is actually because I wanted to discuss a few themes that you can't really discuss in an origin movie or the first of a series. It's kind of just skipping forward to get to those ideas without the effort of making a series beforehand. And your main character will of course be this confident explorer, world-weary, maybe a little over the hill, kind of tired of this by now.
And deceased.
Figures. Fairy tales and ghost stories.
One misses the days when one's biggest concerns were exploding wind-up penguins.
A simple life.
Because as the episode title suggests, this is like their 13th adventure. They're kind of seen it all, done it all, time for another one, yay. They've been doing this for so long, they don't give two craps about anything going on. But because they saved the world at least once, they're the only ones who can do anything significant from now on. Everybody wants them to do it again. And again. And again. And again. And again. And this is the big metatextual f*** you, because neither businesses nor fans can just let a franchise die. Everybody wants everything to be resurrected and cloned, sometimes literally. I know I'm part of the problem. Because in both fiction and reality, you prove yourself successful at something, and everybody wants you to just keep doing that, whether or not it kills you. Like, out of all the James Bond movies, he's only referred to the possibility of retirement once. And that was the unofficial movie. So, along with all the callbacks and cliches, the heroes just rolling their eyes like, it's the same old thing, I just can't. And for the other theme that I want to discuss, we're shifting away from the hero to the villain.
What are we gonna call this guy?
Dr. Octopus.
That's crap.
Science Squid?
Crap.
Doctor Strange.
That's pretty good. But it's taken.
The original bad guy who faked their death years ago has been plotting all this time to come back and be the ultimate nemesis after disguising themselves as a woman to get successful. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how sexist this trope is, but you know, transphobia is optional. Not recommended, just optional. Yeah, every time a male villain disguises themselves as a woman, they never mention any discrimination they faced getting to their ultimate goal. So me being me, of course I thought of that. I think there's two ways you can go with this. One is the optimistic route, where the villain changes their plan mid-scheme in order to fight for female empowerment, because their time in disguise has changed their outlook on life, and they vow to use their egotism, billion-dollar evil corporation to do something good at least. Or there is the less positive outcome, where the villain feeds that discrimination back into their plan and declares to the hero, look at what you put me through. At that point the hero can just be like, it was your plan, what the hell? You did that to yourself, you twit. There is the possibility the hero still learns something from that outcome just by bitch slapping the stupid out of them.
Thanks for the lift, Heinrich.
Oh, Kim, you're silly. It's the least I could do after you saved our village from that avalanche last year.
No big.
I've never seen you before. What episode was that? And because I'm a complete moron, I had thoughts on a possible sequel that by very existence compromises my entire premise, and by continuity doesn't work if the first one ends on fighting sexism. Now, assuming that the first game ends with the hero's failure, the sequel could start to explore the fallout. The world-famous hero has now been proven fallible, and everyone is disillusioned with that. Former fans have turned against him, old colleagues are disappointed with him. Yeah, could come off as a bit of a downer game with everybody hating him now, but if he responds snarky attitude like, I don't care what anyone else thinks, it could work.
Your home, Bricksburg, is one of many realms in the universe. There's also this one, Pirates Cove, Knights Club, Vikings Landing, Clown Town, a bunch of others we don't need to mention.
A tricky balancing act, but I'm sure someone watching this has the ability to do so. It does also go against the finality of retirement. If he fails in the last game, he retires, then something has to happen for a second game to exist. They try to bring him back for one last mission, but he's just not having it. He could become a teacher for the next hero, but then he's still kind of doing stuff, so that's not retirement. See, I already said sequel, bad idea. Just, I don't know, ignore this part, or work it into the first game. It's just, it's up to you.
Why is there a watermelon there?
I'll tell you later.
Thanks for watching. This is my verbal declaration that I will not sue anyone for using the previous outline to create their own work, regardless of how much fame or money you might get from it. I'm definitely not the kind of artist who thinks I can own a concept. However, I would like to see what comes out of this video just for comparison and curiosity. If you do make something or find an existing piece that's similar, please let me know through Twitter or Facebook or email, and I'll happily check it out. And if you want to see the ideas I am working on for myself, please visit my Patreon page for samples and previews, no payment required. Happy creating, Bard Riley out! And guess what? I've made several references to videos that haven't even been finished.